Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to our weekly script review. I I changed my pitch line over on stage 32, and I noticed um, it may have got me at least that post slightly shadow banned because like no one liked or commented on it.
What did you change it from?
Well, yeah, normally it would just like calling all screenwriters, script doctors, comic creators. We're going with live, script group. Tuesday night. Come by, leave comments, whatever. This time I'm like, you know, come present to a producer who's made two movies in a non, pay for pitch setting, and that may have angered the powers over at Stage 32 because they like their pay for pitch settings, and they don't want anyone suggesting maybe you shouldn't, and I guess I get that.
I'll also venture that the appearance of being slightly on the amateur end that we do
Yeah.
works to our benefit,
Mm.
right? Because it
Oh,
makes us approachable.
yeah.
Oh,
You mean by
I'm a
amateur?
producer. You need to like do work or come to this one thing is like I'm too good for you. Whereas no, we're just some scriptwriters doing a thing
Right.
is like on the level. Like I think that might be a thing.
It's straightforward and transparent. That's the benefit.
Yeah.
Oh, I think there's a lot to recommend what Preston tried, including like, okay, please don't show up and yell at me when I tell you things because
Right.
nobody likes that, and we as a
You,
group
you,
have gotten a little bit tired of that.
the guy who, by the way, presented the Dixie Dynamite and the other script, he wanted us to know that those were pilots, and I replied like, pilots are cool, although I still think we need like a main character and a conflict and all that.
I mean, I don't think how that changes how you need like a fundamental story structure.
Yeah,
Right.
story. I was just going to say a story. Where is
Yeah.
it?
Like
And then
that guy
and then,
could write some dialogue, and
yeah.
he could write like good, funny, weird characters.
That
And
opening was
put them in a
great.
story that's like moderately clear, and he's going to go places.
Well, he replied after a while. He was like, you know what? I think you're right. I guess I was just surprised because those scripts were like everybody over at Stage 32 was like, this is a recommend, and like he got very
Uh,
good coverage over there.
They're
Like,
very readable scripts.
yeah,
The dialogue was interesting. It didn't mean that they had a story that was clear.
yeah, no, exactly.
I'm really glad he's sticking to it because that's a guy who could write people.
Yes,
And once he focuses on like fewer people as the core of the story, I think he's going to go places.
yeah, I agree. All that good jazz.
Also, sometimes I say nice things, people.
So, Danny, have you seen Miles's movie yet?
No, not yet. I spent the weekend lettering Harpies 4,
Okay.
which is done. We're in final tweaks, as I was mentioning earlier.
Yeah.
I think the issue sticks the landing there, and it's got a hella cool reveal at the end. I'll tell you that. And I don't remember it from our streams. So that was a very pleasant surprise to see.
Awesome.
I
You
don't
want-
think issue 4 ever went through the writer's stream. Oh wait, it did
Can I
once.
spoil it?
Did once.
Can I spoil it, John?
Well, I mean, you're not really spoil. Well, actually, it's fine because I'm going to be spoiling it when we talk about issue 7 because I've got issue 7 pages.
Okay.
So I'm going to be spoiling hell a lot.
You know how we've been reading Harpies, which has been like trying to be an Avengers type story in a World War II world with like, diesel, like in a sort of diesel punk kind of way, right? With like evil Nazis, very sort of Indiana Jones plus a bit of supernatural, right? We all remember this.
Okay.
So
Which-
the end of issue 4, it goes like full on like H.G. Wells shit, and our heroes teleport into the center of the Hollow Earth.
Which story are we talking about?
Harpies, the
Oh,
John
okay.
Lamont comic.
I mean, John, I'm looking at the first script we're going to go over, which is Harpies. does this story tie into the thing Danny's talking about, or is this different?
Yes, it's the same one.
Okay, okay, all right. So, John, why don't you tell us about the script I'm going to read tonight, and maybe that'll because I was thinking of Harpies as like this white chick and a black chick going through 1930s kind of pre-World War II steampunk Africa / Europe, engaging in hijinks and finding a robot cat.
It's all of that and a lot more.
Okay, all right. So I didn't expect the Hollow Earth. This is new. Fair enough. Okay.
I pitched that idea to John ages ago, and like I was shocked that he went there.
Okay. Fair enough.
Like pleasantly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah, you
so
want to
like,
tell us about these pages we're going to read tonight?
sure. So like a million years ago, a meteorite made of unknown magic space particles
Unobtainium.
crashed into the Earth, which actually isn't a solid planetoid. It's actually a hollow space station that suffered some damage and biocontaminants leaked out all over the exterior surface, which then evolved into the exterior biosphere that we know of as Earth. Anyway, so the Nazis are basically going through the Hollow Earth trying to find this magic stone, and they use this magic stone to reanimate all of their corpses from their battlefields, because when you're losing a war because all of your soldiers are dead, what's the next best thing but to resurrect them with magic space rock? So they resurrect them with magic space rock and are now sending them through this Hollow Earth tram system to exit points all over the Earth, and are utterly wreaking havoc. And our heroes are in this is the series climax in issue 7. So you just got spoilers for like issues 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
So I hope by the time 7 comes out, you'll forget this stream ever happened. So where we're picking up is right as we go into the climax. So basically,
right. Hold on, just so I'm clear. So, all right, you did Angel of Darkness. That was your first one, right?
Yeah.
And then you did Spirit of the Dragon. That was your second one, right?
Yeah.
And then Harpies was the two characters from those stories smushed together in a kind of sapphic way, and then cavorting about in steampunk
with the robot cat.
With a robot cat.
With a robot cat.
Because I needed somebody to explain the alien crap that's going on, and
okay.
So alien robot cat worked.
Okay, sure. All right, fair enough. All right. Who's narrating for us?
I love narrating, so I'm going to go first as usual.
All
right. Interior, Starhold Terra Central Nexus Magitech Core Day. An ominous green glow bathes the chamber. Massive Tesla coils crackle and spit arcs of energy. In the center, the Hecate meteor hulks like a captive star. Thick pipes and cables pulsing with radiative green light into the coils. Jezidro strides toward the stone, emerald light cascading against her skin. She reaches out, palm flat against the meteor's surface. Energy surges up her arm, veins faintly lighting green.
That magic has birthed 1,000 universes.
She closes her eyes, communing.
The magic that has birthed gods.
Jezidro smiles, lost in thought. Cut to.
Why do we have a cut to? John, why do we have a cut to?
In your comic.
In your
comic, yeah.
Because it's still in screenplay format.
Okay, even in screenplay format, why do you have this deprecated notation?
Because I felt like it fit.
It all right. Jesus.
Okay.
You know, I by the way,
there's nothing like extra stuff to confuse your illustrator.
Yeah, every time I see a cut to, that's what I really think. The screenwriter really just wanted to put some emphasis here, like, You know, like cut to baby. You know, like all right, fair enough.
I mean, like I've seen it work in like a production draft or whatever, where you're like smash cut to, so everyone knows like,
well, that's a
okay,
smash
this has got to be funny
That's
and
a
stick the
smash cut.
landing.
Then you say that.
yeah, that's a smash cut.
Cut to's a
Yeah.
production script. You know,
This is not
Yeah.
the script that's going to my artist.
I got that.
Uh,
All right.
Exterior Paris, Lich Queen Jezidrou flash forward. All right, that's a location.
Yeah.
Nice. Paris birds, a hellscape of fire and ruin. Buildings collapse in slow motion, plumes of smoke. That's drawable. Jezidrou, eyes glowing green, clad in a gown and a crown of fused bones, stands atop a shattered cathedral spire, gripping a staff topped with a human skull and topped with a glowing fever. Okay, so like, are they all balancing? What's happening?
I don't know.
Below her, Nazi zombie army, now hers, tears through the last Schwarzsonne holdouts, ripping limbs, spilling guts into the streets. A hulked out Muller charges her, veins pumping green. Jezidrou stretches out her palm. Black tendrils erupt from the cobblestones, coiling around him, pinning him mid-stride.
I know your kind, the evil that flows through you.
You know,
No more.
Jezreel's one to talk, right? Like, first
I
of all,
mean, she literally raises the dead, which is objectively evil.
right. I mean, and she's the Lich Queen. Okay, fine. But I'm glad I'm glad I'm glad you can never outgrow saying, you know what, you're way more evil than I am.
She steps forward, presses her hand to his chest. White, misty life force streams out of him into her palm. And that was a John Lamont script.
That's John Lamont.
She absorbs it with a cackle.
Your corrupted life force is mine to consume, to feed my soul.
Jezidrou.
Aaron steps into view across the square, horrified.
What did you do? This wasn't the plan.
Wasn't it?
Jezidrou snaps her fingers. The tendrils rip Muller apart. Green blood sprays in thick arcs.
We are not fighting for peace, are we not?
She outstretches her arms.
Come, my children, show the Chirungu Imbua the meaning of peace.
The zombie horde on the good guy's side surges into the streets, dragging soldiers, women, collaborators, anyone left into the open. They tear them limb from limb, blood and guts pooling in the gutters.
Those are
Jezidrou
good people.
chuckles darkly. What a heroic person.
Yeah.
Oops, I guess they misunderstood.
Yeah.
Why you English use the same word for so many things. I'm not sure I get that.
I know. Stop this.
She said, I'll show them the meaning of peace, and the zombies rip everybody to pieces.
Oh,
Oh,
pieces.
yeah.
Okay.
Stop this. We've won. This isn't how we treat our prisoners.
But it's how they treat their prisoners, is it not?
Jezidrou advances. Zombies close in around Aaron.
Tell me, if treating them better doesn't make them better, then why do it at all?
Because it proves we're better.
It proves you to be a fool.
The only foolish mistake I made was trusting you.
No, my dear, the foolish mistake was not unleashing me sooner. For under my rule, everyone will be free to live forever they want, live however they want, provided they do not interfere with anyone living how they want. That is what freedom truly is, libertarian.
Yeah, this is like the craziest place for a libertarian paradise, but okay. Anyway. And how are you going to enforce that with your undead army?
I see through them. I can command each and every one.
At the same time, all over the world?
Of course. Their will is bound to mine.
You can't be everywhere at once. One misstep, one distraction, entire cities collapse into chaos.
Jezidrou pauses, the words sinking in.
But imagine the freedom. No rulers, no laws. People free to build, to live, to love, to choose.
But, I mean, isn't she the ruler? Can she not see that? All right, fine. Anyway.
She just claimed it. She
Yeah,
just claimed it. She can control
claimed
everyone in
Okay.
the world.
So let's pause this for a second. Remember also that she's evil.
Yes.
And you can tell because she's commanding a zombie army.
Right. In the name of freedom. All right. Right on. What about responsibility, cooperation, and care? Societies need those things to grow and prosper. Even you cannot magically supply those.
Jezidro grits her teeth. Aaron's words hit home.
I love the way you closed the scene, John. Very good. That's a good job right there.
It's a good image. That's
That
why.
is.
Interior, Starhold Terra Central Nexus Magitech Core Day. Jezidro slowly withdraws her hand from the Hecate stone. She stares at it, breathing hard, the green glow reflecting in her eyes. A long beat of silence. Interior, Central Nexus Tram Control Room Day. Erin unsnaps her coveralls and lets them drop to the floor. God damn it, John.
I love it.
She kneels, unzips the duffel, and reveals its contents. Series of shots. Erin's bare feet slide into sleek black metallic boots.
Oh, yeah.
She snaps matching black metal gauntlets onto her wrists. She places a feline-styled visor over her eyes. Green diodes ignite across the boots, gauntlets, and visor. Sleek metal panels unfold and lock into place, forming a form-fitting bikini-style armor suit that seamlessly integrates with her exposed metallic spine and ribs.
All right, TK, plot me a course to those trams.
Optimizing flight path.
Rocket boots flare to life. Erin lifts off the ground, hovering for a beat before rocketing out of the frame. Exterior, Eiffel Tower, night. The service level doors explode outward. Log Fu bursts into the open air. Eiffel Tower has doors?
Why not?
At the very base.
Have you seen it?
Yes. It's service tunnels underneath the Eiffel Tower.
Yes. Okay. That was not clear in the script.
That's
she
because I skipped a
glances up
scene.
to the massive SMS Ernst von Heppner moored to the tower's peak. Two Horch 4x4 Type 1A trucks with mounted MG42s roll up. Gunners open fire. A Panzer IV grinds into position, turret swinging toward her. Longfu sprints for the stairs as bullets chew the ground around her. The Panzer fires. Boom! Longfu flips midair. The shell passes harmlessly beneath her.
Oh,
The
yeah.
shell strikes a support beam. Kaboom! The tower groans, tilting violently. The Ernst von Heppner disconnects, engines roaring as it drifts away. Longfu grits her teeth, charges full speed up the buckling exterior lattice. Metal screams as the tower tips further. With a final leap, she launches from the pinnacle, arcing through the air toward the retreating airship. Exterior, SMS Ernst von Heppner deck, night. Longfu lands with a heavy roll on the deck plating. The Hofsteward uniform crisp, face pale stands, frozen. What? The Hofsteward uniform crisp, face pale stands, frozen coffee tray still in hand from years of service. Okay, whatever. Longfu strides straight up to him.
Your services, I'll do it. Your services are no longer required.
She plants a brutal kick into his chest. He flies backward over the railing, tumbling toward the ground far below. Muller steps out from the command hatch, scarred and towering.
When will you Americaners learn? We've won. Right now, our troops, blessed with the roar of the Almighty, are destroying all of your cities.
Exterior, New York, continuous. Hecate-infused zombies march through the streets unimpeded. They open fire into fleeing crowds. Police and soldiers fall like wheat.
Now, John, just so I understand, is Jezidro behind these zombies that are killing?
No.
These? No. Okay. These are different zombies. Fair enough. All right.
These are the ones controlled by the Nazis.
It's a completely different faction of zombies.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Zombie versus zombie action.
Yeah.
So okay, I'll explain
Exterior,
later.
Moscow, continuous. the same nightmare zombies advancing. I don't think nightmare zombies is a compound adjective, but okay. Guns blazing, nothing stopping them. Exterior, SMS Ernst von Heppner Deck Knight. Long Fu wipes blood from her mouth, eyes fierce.
As long as I stand, you will not win.
Let's make sure you can't stand.
Muller charges, swinging
That's
a
good.
massive fist. Long Fu dodges, counters with a strike to his side. Muller backhands. She ducks again. Long Fu leaps, drop kicking him square in the chest. He staggers back several feet, boots scraping metal.
Hell yeah, he does.
Exterior, Paris, Champ de Mars, continuous. Jezero stands at the center of the Champ de Mars, eyes blazing green. Surrounding German soldiers scream orders, but their voices blur into a distant roar.
Hatitori Chibayiro Ichi Pasina.
She raises her arms and slices. She raises her arm and slices it open with a straight razor. Blood wells.
Tino Tenda Midzimu Isen Gaperi Nasimba Rehu Penyu Raka Pihawa Chisiwaka Ichi
Blood drips steadily from her wrist.
Nadziwe Vadzimu.
Wasn't there like rule about this that if the John needs to be able to try and pronounce this stuff? Anyways,
I mean, I think John just wants to remind me of the days when we were in the Venice Writers Group, and there was this woman named Erin who brought scripts where people would do magic, and that she would spell out all the all the words, and it was fun, like reading all of her nonsense magic words.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
She lifts her bloodied arm skyward. Her body rises, levitating as if pulled by invisible strings.
Oh
The
yeah.
soldiers stagger back, rifles trembling.
Ipa Mwana Wako Simba Reku Paradisra Simba Rehu Penyu Urichi Be Iro Ichi.
I'm going to tell you right now, John, your artist will not draw these panels with enough room for any of that.
That's fine. We'll worry about that when time
Exterior, skies over Paris, continuous. Jezero ascends higher, blood streaming down her arm, across her breasts, down her legs, dripping from her toes like crimson rain.
Are these bare breasts?
Probably.
Okay.
It's me.
I
Of
mean,
course
I
it
think
is.
like
It's our piece.
just down her erect nipples. There we go. Okay.
Oh, that's a good visual.
There we go. Yes.
There
Yeah.
you go.
You're welcome.
Matuta Kumadota. Europa Kuropa.
She closes her eyes.
Poresa.
A blinding white flash erupts from her body like a nuclear detonation without heat, radiating outward in a perfect sphere. Interior, SMS Ernst von Heppner engine room night. Long Fu charges Muller. He swings, she ducks, slides between his legs, and drives a brutal uppercut into his crotch. Long Fu spins back to her feet. Muller staggers, but stays upright. He shrugs off his suit jacket, snatches a glowing green syringe from the pocket, and jams it into his arm.
Oh yeah, he does.
Exterior, skies over Paris. Just for the record, John, that last bit of action was a whole page of comic. Exterior, skies over Paris. Jezero screams as the white life force surges from her in pulsing waves.
Poresa.
Exterior, upper atmosphere, continuous. A blinding white flash erupts from the point on Earth where Paris lies. The radiant sphere expands outward at impossible speed, sweeping across the entire visible globe like a cleansing wave, developing continents, oceans, the curve of the planet itself in pure white light. Okay, so it's the first page of Akira. Interior, SMS Ernst von Heppner, engine room continuous. The white flash slams into Muller mid-injection. His veins ignite. Muscles explode outward, ripping his uniform to shreds. He grows hulking, albino pale veins, throbbing green, into a monstrous Nazi Hulk 3 times Long Fu's size. He grabs Long Fu by the face, hoisting her off the deck. Her legs kick wildly. She claws at his massive fist, but he squeezes her skull cracks audibly. The end. Not the end.
Dead.
No blood. Instead, golden light erupts from Long Fu in a blinding corona, blasting Muller backward. Muller shields his eyes. The light fades. Long Fu hovers in Dragon Fey form, scales glimmering gold, eyes blazing. She smirks.
You fancy yourself the avatar of God. Let's find out.
Long Fu rockets forward, tackling Muller through the conning tower. Metal screams. Exterior, skies over Paris continuous. The SMS Ernst von Heppner erupts in a massive green fireball. Jezidro tumbles earthward, arms limp. The white glow fading. Erin rockets up from the Eiffel Tower tunnels on her jet boots. Catching Jezidro mid-fall, she looks up at the burning airship. Erin's point of view, HUD scans the wreckage.
Can you scan the life readings from Long Fu?
Negative, Erin. It's like she's... Erin, look.
The HUD zooms past the Inferno to a golden flash, streaking straight upward into the upper atmosphere.
Is that?
It's reading like Long Fu, but not at the same time.
But you just said it. All right. I don't know.
Yeah, I know none of that makes sense. It's fine.
Okay. It's the dragon.
Exterior upper atmosphere continuous. Earth's curve glows blue below against the black void.
So
God, that sentence wants me to tear my eyes out. Earth's curve glows blue below against the black void. What? Whatever. Long Fu holds the thrashing Muller Hulk overhead like a trophy.
If you are the chosen of God, let his angels catch you and prove you are their chosen.
She hurls him downward. Muller plummets, burning through the atmosphere like a meteor. Exterior, Reich Chancellery, Berlin, continuous. Soviet soldiers surround the bombed-out Reich Chancellery, ready to storm the bunker entrance. Behind a tank, a general speaks into a field phone while a radio tech stands nearby.
Marshal, we are prepared. No, wait, this is German. No, this is
Russian.
This is Russian.
Marshal, we are prepared to begin the assault on the bunker. That bastard won't escape the grasp of Mother Russia.
The radio tech looks up, eyes widening.
General, look!
The general turns. A blazing streak tears across the sky, Muller Hulk trailing fire.
Run! Brace for impact!
Soldiers scatter, diving behind debris. Muller Hulk slams into the Chancellery bunker in a cataclysmic shockwave. The tank flips end over end. The bunker entrance collapses in a massive sinkhole, swallowing the entire structure. Dust settles. The general rises, coughing, and walks to the crater's edge. Nothing remains but a smoking hole where the Fuhrer's last refuge once stood. Exterior, Paris.
All right. I thought this was all right.
Champ-de-Mars night. Sorry, we are nearly done, and we all get to give our notes about how confusing this is real soon.
We are, yeah.
Erin kneels on the grass, cradling Jezidro's lifeless body. A single tear traces down her cheek. A sharp crack splits the night sky. Everyone looks up. Long Fu descends, still in Dragon Fey form, glowing gold and purple. Hovering just above the ground, she lowers gently.
Do not weep, but rejoice, for the angel of darkness rests.
Erin gently lays Jezidro down. Long Fu reaches out, touching Jezidro's forehead with 2 fingers.
Oh, yeah.
May you find the peace in death you longed for in life.
A spark ignites at the point of contact. Flames bloom, starting from Long Fu's fingertips, and race across Jezidro's body in a gentle consuming fire. Within seconds, she burns to fine ash that drifts upward on the night breeze. The end.
The end. Okay. Wow, that you know what? That was some exciting stuff. We had some stakes there. Jezidro had a whole zombie kingdom that she was in charge of, so we might even call them a queendom, that was dedicated to libertarian principles that she was completely in charge of and overseeing. I was a little dubious as to whether those would ever be achieved, but well, I mean that's not new, right? And then maybe kind of sort of died, I guess, in a fight with well, no, Long Aaron. I guess that was a fight with Muller, and then we had that showdown between Long Fu and Muller, where Muller kind of won, but then she cheated and became like a pure energy god form or something.
Dragon, I think.
Yeah, and that was cool. And then Jezidro's dead, and Aaron and Long Fu were like, "That's okay. She's really cool." And Muller was doing all kinds of stuff. We had some Russians around the Führer's bunker. I'm not quite sure what that was, what we did. And then the bunker got exploded by a falling Muller, and and that was cool. What do you think, Danny?
So much stuff happened. It was just stuff happening. The vision of the zombie-enforced libertarian future was compelling, and a whole lot of stuff blew up. And there was tits.
Yes, I think there were. Those were the two high points of the script. All right, Robert.
Okay. It had a lot of action.
Yes.
And I was able to detect motivation on based on some philosophies that were articulated. So there is an intellectual thread running through at least these 10 pages. So and good. I think that there's I like the action, and there's some funny setup lines in there where you played with the language, which I liked. I appreciate quite a bit. Like how you're going to I stand for this. Well, what if we've cut your legs off? We'll see how you stand. I can't remember the exact line, but I liked the reversal on that. That's it.
All right. How could we make it better?
Okay, I'm confused as hell. It's who fights for who, and I think you need to name them some other kind of thing other than one's a zombie. Then you got to name what the other group something else, and I got a little bit confused about how you use the word Hulk, whether it was a reference to the cartoon character, the comic character, the Hulk, or if you were talking about how their physical attributes made them appear and walk. So, or as a verb, so I got confused using that same word in different ways. That's a minor thing, I think, that just needs to be worked out so that the artists understand it, because it's all in the art direction. I like some of the dialogue. I don't know where you derived it or where you developed it, but it's some of it's almost poetic. It may violate some grammatical conventions, much to Danny's chagrin, I would assume, but there were some things in there that just felt okay when I read them and sounded okay when I heard them. So there you go. That's the good stuff. Oh, and you need to emphasize that so I'm not so fucking confused. That's it.
How could it be made better, Danny?
It would be really nice if the vision of the future and the final battle did not occur at the same location in Paris, both featuring zombies, because that was incredibly confusing. The scale seems kind of overwrought. I think Long Fu punched someone from France into Germany. But you couldn't tell because the camera shot was the Earth from space. So that was also quite confusing.
They flew up in Paris and they landed.
The dialogue really takes a dive, I think, after the flash forward scene, where aside from a couple of the jokes that or the lines that Robert pointed out, People were saying things, but didn't seem to be connected to very much that happened in any of the pages that we read. Like, I don't know why Jezero died. There was no point whatsoever when I thought her life was at risk, and then we cut to she's dead. And
yeah, I wasn't clear on why she died.
This is like 100 pages.
Right.
Just because we are comics people. This is a lot for a comic. Like, pretty much everything needs to be like a third of a page. There's like, just to show the action or have the scale really work. So I don't know how many comics pages you're planning to produce for this, but it's going to be a whole hell of a lot of them.
You're destroying the Eiffel Tower. That's like a 2-page spread if you're going to destroy the Eiffel Tower. So, double page.
So yeah, like, if that's a concern, that you're gonna have to cut a lot to turn this into a comic. Anyways, it's Preston's turn.
So I think Thor is cool, and Odin and Hela, because they have a connection to the real world, and by extension kind of a connection to virtue. And when Marvel takes Thor, we still kind of have some reference to, like that Viking god that was, people used to think like his strike of his hammer was what thunder was and all that cool stuff. In this story, we have these kind of I forget what that really smart term is, apotheosis, which is where I think people become kind of like as gods, essentially.
That isn't what apotheosis means.
Yeah. So we have this apotheosis theme with Longfu and maybe Jezero, and I guess maybe Mueller, or the Germans have kind of become somewhat god-ish, like that they have an army of zombies. I mean, that's pretty cool. So they're taking on these divine aspects in their struggle, but I mean, I don't think divine necessarily means much in this world. Like they're not connected to some, I don't think, greater morality of good versus evil, of that connects to any like real world religion or mysticism. It just seems like advanced power level. And what do we really get with the advanced power level? I don't know. It feels a bit like when those times I see like the Yu-Gi-Oh cartoon and you've achieved power level 9,000. Okay, but I mean, I would like instead of just like power inflation, and look, some of those visuals are cool. I like the light flashing out over half the whatever, but kind of some of the weight of responsibilities and things you should do or shouldn't do. Because Jezero seems to be somewhat, at least, mourned as a good person, despite the fact she does a bunch of bad things. And I don't think she has any beliefs that I would look at and go, yeah, that's a virtuous person who I would want to live under. I wish there was a bit more morality to your story when we're dealing with what should be a struggle of good and evil.
That's why you bring in Nazis. It is the struggle of good and evil.
Well,
so you got to play it.
How's Jezero really any better, though?
Well, she's not.
That's what. Yeah, right. She's not.
She's not a Nazi. That's how she's better.
Okay.
That's not good enough.
Yeah. Okay.
So I cut it because we're only bringing 10 pages.
Yeah.
But basically, Jezero, when she bathes the earth in white magic, she basically kills all the zombies in the entire planet.
Okay.
So
does that include her zombies too?
Does anyone say that in English?
Well, the scene where you actually see all the zombies die, I cut for these 10 so that I could bring these 10 pages because I wanted to cover the entire. So,
but all right,
I apologize for that. That's on me.
Wasn't Jezebel just promoting her own little zombie?
Okay,
utopia?
so that's all right. This is why I brought these pages, because I want to make sure that this scene works. So what she was experiencing was a possible vision of the future. Basically, she went to the core, she absorbed a bunch of magic, and she goes through a last temptation of Christ type of thing where it occurs to her that with all of the magic she absorbed, she could basically take control over all of the Nazi zombies all over the globe.
Okay.
Which would essentially allow her to basically control the world and basically do that. She instead chose to wipe them all out. And at the expense of wiping them all out, she exhausted her magic supply, which was something that I actually set up in issue 6. That's even a possibility that can happen. But she exhausts her internal magic supply, which eventually results in her dying.
Okay, but to me, I would say the more exciting part than her wiping out all the zombies and stuff is the decision. The decision is what's really interesting, because, you know, we walking around every day, we don't have the power to wipe out armies of zombies, but we do have to make a lot of decisions, and sometimes we don't know what the right one is. So when we see someone else struggle with the decision, I think it engages us. And I would like to see Jezidro struggling with the decision of whether to create her zombie utopia or whether to wipe out every zombie that's on the planet, and I didn't see that.
That's what the whole scene between her and Aaron. That's what that whole scene was supposed to be. That.
Okay.
So if that was not communicated,
you'd be
then
more
I need
explicit
to.
with that. It's interesting you said the last temptation of Christ, because that's when Satan comes forward and says, "Hey, Christ, guess what? You work with me, and I can give you a normal life. Have a family, kids, 2 cars in every garage, that kind of crap." And and so you need to do that with her. Like, she's got to decide: do I want to be the ruler of the world, or do I want to have this utopian dream of where everybody gets along? And you raise the issue, but then nobody works with it after that. It then just becomes battles, to Danny's point of it being things that just happen.
I've got a question. Isn't this supposed to be a team up book? Like, maybe we don't need to see her flash forward, whatever, and instead she could talk to her friends about it and be like, "So that was creepy. I just saw this," and someone would be like, "Well, doesn't that mean instead of being a libertarian, you'd be a zombie fascist?" She'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's bad. Zombies are bad. I should kill the Nazis." And then you see her make a decision, and also there's some dialogue. Like, I know I'm likening this a bunch of the Avengers, but you have an evil Hulk, and so like, why we don't have a big Avengers moment where everyone teams up is a mystery to me. And having like our heroes actually being on the same level, like, I feel would sell that a lot better than cutting from Jezidro has a vision of being some like zombie libertarian to everyone else just leaves her alone. It doesn't really sell that they're a team.
Nobody sits at her lunch table.
Literally, you cut to Aaron leaves, goes, hangs out with the cat we haven't seen, who doesn't talk, and then flies away. Like, what an excellent showing of teamwork and friendship.
All right, Erwin, should we read Entangled?
Well, thank you, guys.
Sure. Or should we read Alien Zoo Keeps Human Animals?
That's Rutgers, right?
Hold on.
No, that's Erwin's.
Yeah, I'm here. I just got back in the room here. All right. Yes, what are we doing here? Do you want to do the next 10 pages of Alien Zoos?
All right, that's what I'm going to download. I'll download Alien Zoos.
Alien Zoos, yeah. Just got back home here. Who do we have here? Let's see, we got Robert, John, Danny, Mr. Pocket Jacks.
Hello, everybody.
It's like it's the usual crew.
Yeah, it's just us.
The unusual crew.
I don't need an AI generated summary. I don't know why Adobe has started to add that as like an extra feature when I open a PDF. Would you like a AI generated summary? Like, no.
Well, while Preston's downloading their next script, everybody should go to Kickstarter and back Harpies 4.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Where's the link?
I already did.
It's in the shop channel on the Discord.
Okay. I'll do it.
But yes, you did. You can be just as awesome as Preston and back Harpies 4. Get yourself
your other
cool,
one.
sexy books.
Cool.
With some cool, sexy artwork.
You said sexy a couple times.
Yeah,
John likes sexy.
He's selling. Sex sells.
Yeah.
It does sell. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do when I do. Oh, actually, I do know what I'm going to do. I can't wait to show it to you guys, but I'm waiting for Whiskey Paint to finish it up. But he's doing a cover for Project Delta issue 1 right now for She Who is not appearing in this comic. But it's going to be awesome.
I was even a bit surprised when Robert gave me his notes on Miles's movie, and he was like, "You need to have the actress strip down naked and go swimming." I'm like, I don't know if she's comfortable with that, but I'll let her know.
Well, I wrote that. I qualified it saying if they're not comfortable, there's ways to make it sexy.
Or hire a body double, and we'll make her think that those are.
I said that too, but that was for the needle in the arm. Yeah.
I think we're going to start at 11 because we did 1 through 10 last time, right?
Remind me what happened. All
right, so Marina is some sort of weird person.
Mermaid alien.
Oh, she's a mermaid alien.
Yeah. And she's come to College Station to attend the bonfire.
Neat. And she calls them morons. I love that.
And yes, she seems to have a low view of humans. She's mentioned taking care of the zoo, the animals in the zoo, and Marlon, a young, like a 10-year-old black child in College Station, and Urban, a Chinese American kid in the 2 bright kids who are going to high school there, even though they're 10 and 11. They may be amongst the morons. But in the first 10 pages, Marlon wants to attend the white school because he's realized that in order to become a rocket scientist, he needs to learn calculus.
Yes.
And so Marilyn Monroe apparently intercepts them and says, "Hey, I'm going to introduce you to the young senator from New York, who's JFK." And then the sea creature Marina picks them up and asks them where they're going, and they say, "Well, I want to go to the white school," says Marlon, and that's exactly where she takes them, and he lobbies the principal, and the principal says no, and Marina is acting kind of weird, kind of like, is she really on our side, or is she just strange? And afterwards she says, "Hey, look, if you really want to go to the white school, you've got to take you got to take the dive. You got to take the dive." So did we already read this part? Mr. Ogden hands Marlon a business card and says you have to go take it up with the school board.
Presumably, because we're the first 10 pages, and this would be page 10.
Yeah. So on the way out, Marina's saying, this is probably going to take 1,000 years for you people. And so you got to go take the dive. Page 11.
Okay.
I can read the narration if y'all want.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, page 11, panel 1, Marlon's point of view, Urban. Oh, yeah, so at the end of page 10, Marlon and Urban are at the white pool. They're in the white pool, And Marlon's saying, did we get to that part already? Yeah. And Marlon's saying, how did we get here? And all of a sudden, Urban takes off.
Yes.
And he is running towards the diving board. And from Marlon's point of view, Urban leaps off of the diving board and does a mid-air somersault. And Urban is saying, take the panel 2.
Yeah.
Cannonballs into the water, splashing many shocked swimmers. Dive. Panel 3, Marlon's POV. He thrashes around in the water. I can't swim. I can't. Caption.
What got into that boy?
Oh, yeah. Panel 4, Marlon's POV. Marina leaps toward Urban, skipping herself off the surface of the water like a skipping stone.
Oh, my God.
There you
go.
That's supposed to be Marlon, yeah. Page 12, panel 1, Marlon POV. She carries him with one arm, meaning Urban, his head above the water, and swims him toward the other end of the pool. Marina.
If you can't swim, then keep away from the water.
Panel 2, Marlon's POV. It looks like she is going to push him up onto the bank of the pool.
Cough, cough. I promise I stay where I can breathe.
Panel 3, Marlon POV. Instead, she backstrokes toward the other side of the pool while spinning Urban on her feet as if he were a beach ball.
One more lap.
This is Marlon.
This can't be what typically happens at the white pool. Still can't reckon why I walked in here.
Panel 4, Marlon POV. The white father and the white girl and white mother watch with their eyes wide in amazement. How the hell is she doing that?
Maybe I just wanted to see the faces of these white folk.
Panel 5, Marlon POV. The astonished whites watching Marina's stunts. One is saying a prayer silently. One is open-mouthed looking at Marlon, looking at them.
When they realize that they are almost naked in front of us.
Panel 6, Urban and Marina climb out of the pool. Urban's coughing up water.
That was invigorating.
I suppose Urban did take the dive.
Page 13, panel 1. Urban bent over, catching his breath, but still demonstrating his astonishment.
Holy oatmeal, Mom. You're Wonder Woman. You saved my life. You saved me from drowning.
Panel 2, Marina stands with arms akimbo, challenging Urban.
So spank me already.
Panel 3, Urban spanks her hard on the butt, apparently knocking her over the edge of the swimming pool. She's midair and shocked. Panel 4, Urban holds his hands over his mouth. Marlon is already pulling him by the arm.
Why you do that, dummy?
Interior Police Station Lobby Day, panel 5. Marlon and Urban in the lobby of the College Station Police Station.
She said, spank me.
She said, thank me. Everyone heard it.
Panel 6, Urban arguing, gesticulating.
Well, you're the one who let us into the white pool.
The white school.
Pool fool, she said, take the dive, and you marched right in.
Panel 7, a police officer stands before them. Would you boys like to call your...
Go ahead.
Would you boys like to call your parents now?
No.
No.
Panel 8, Marlon ashamed.
I'd rather spend the night in jail.
The College Station Police Station holding cell. Page 14, panel 1, the two boys stand in a jail cell holding the metal bars. Two Ku Klux Klansmen stand behind them, hoods on.
Brilliant.
Panel 2, tears run down Marlon's face, cries. Urban comforts him with a hand on his back.
I was supposed to meet Senator John F. Kennedy tonight.
We can still go. Call your mom.
No, you call your pops.
Panel 3, Marlon looks up at one of the Klansmen, Lee.
Marlon and the Klansmen.
Oh no!
You said that out loud, Diane.
What?
Marlin looks up at one of the Klansmen, Lee, who stands before him.
He's from New York. Senator Kennedy sees potential in me.
They think he's a genius. Marilyn Monroe wants us. She thinks I'm cute.
Panel 4, Lee with his arms folded.
I reckon you all got the reefer madness, or you ate the mushrooms on your uncle's farm.
Panel 5, Marlin and Urban stand up to Klansman Lee.
I don't eat no mushrooms, not after Uncle Ben's incident. We're good kids.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was supposed to be Marlin saying that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't lie. We don't hide behind masks.
Panel 6, Lee pulling down on his hood/mask.
These aren't masks. They're yeah, okay. They're conical protective coverings.
Page 15, panel 1. Urban stands up to Lee.
Like a dunce cap protecting the tiny brain of a moron.
I believe the modern term is mentally retarded person. And yes, I am kinda, but I don't truly hate Negroes or Chinamen.
Panel 2, Lee puts his hands on both Urban and Marlin, intimidating them.
I only hate it when people like you touch our women, the women made in the image of Mary, Mother of God. Have you ever touched a white woman in an onward way?
Panel 3, Marlin gesticulates as if calling an incomplete pass in football.
No.
Panel 4, Lee points at Urban.
What about him?
I was speaking for both of us.
Panel 5, Urban swings his arm hard as if he were spanking Marina again.
I spanked a white girl on her bum today.
I smacked a white girl on her bum today, and she fell in the deep end of the white folks' pool.
Oh, you just wanted to say that.
Panel 6. Panel 6, Marlin at the bars of the cage shouting desperately.
Guard, guard.
Page 16, panel 1, Urban using his hands to explain to Marlin and Lee.
I don't think she was a real white girl. Her body felt like it was stuffed with straw, but I still enjoyed it because I never touched a live woman before. Only dolls and statues.
Oh, man.
Panel 2, they all look at Urban for a moment. Panel 3, they all break out laughing. Urban tolerates it.
Dolls and statues.
On the streets of College Station, dusk. Panel 4. Mrs. Santos, this is, I guess I didn't describe her. Mrs. Santos is Marlin's mother. But anyways, she's a woman. She's a black woman.
Okay.
Middle-aged, in full French maid outfit, having worked at a wealthy family's home. Rides a bicycle down a narrow street. Who's on Miss Santos?
The last rays of sun. Oh, wait a minute.
I mean, we can give John a character.
We could.
Or Diane.
Go ahead. Yeah, you be Miss Santos.
Okay. The last rays of sun illuminate my lit cold skin.
Panel 5, Mrs. Santos is riding up a slight hill.
Inside, raw fist bang black keys.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Producing clanging discord.
Well, that's
Panel
flowery
6.
speech.
Yeah, it's perfect for her. Yeah. Panel 6, the hill is 45 degrees.
Even Robert agrees. Yeah. So I must find my son. I must locate him so that I may whoop his ass.
There you go.
Panel 7, Mrs. Santos and the hill are both completely vertical.
Sometimes I feel like life is just a few degrees too steep.
Outer space with Earth down below. Page 17, panel 1.
Wait.
We're in outer space.
We're
in outer space, fool.
Okay.
This is the next page. I'm sorry. It's not this. That's not the same scene.
Well, it does seem like she kept climbing up hills. And
right. That would be
just going straight up.
That would be a great transition, right?
Yeah.
Page 17, panel 1, cross-section view of Sputnik 2 satellite with the dog Laika sitting inside, wondering why she is there. She is upside down in the panel. Laika the dog. Caption. Panel 2, we now see that a giant octopus is holding onto the satellite as Sputnik, tumbles through space. Octo the Only. And
They
this
said I
is
could find peace and solitude on this trip.
panel 3. The octopus with one of its arms is holding onto a 50-foot Santa Claus-style bag full of something.
I thought maybe I'd get to relax under my very own coral reef. Not only is it very dry here,
Panel 4. The heads of stereotypical little green men pop out of the other end of the bag. The bag is leaking. The head has no expression. It's very doll-like.
zookeepers demand I feed the animals.
Panel 5. Marilyn Monroe dressed in a police.
When you write the weirdest shit. I just,
Yep, I'll say.
I never know what the next panel is going to be. Like, I didn't expect Marilyn Monroe dressed as a police officer to be here, swinging a bat at whatever the Klan. I did not expect that. Here we are.
Here we are. There we go.
Marilyn Monroe dressed in a police officer's uniform and swinging a baton walks before the boys and the Klansmen behind bars.
Go, Dan.
Should I say it like Marilyn Monroe?
Of course.
Come out, human youth. You must attend the bonfire tonight, where I just found out something terrifying will transpire.
See, only in these scripts do I get a Marilyn Monroe, Texas A&M like interaction. See, I've never seen those before.
Okay.
Now I've seen it.
Panel 6.
Yeah.
Lee holds his Klan hood in his hand, folded. His face looks like that of a young Lee Harvey Oswald.
My name is Lee. I'm from Aurora.
Of course you are, honey. You're from the North Pole.
Panel 7. Marlon, Urban, and Marilyn walk away from the police station.
Ms. Miller, am I really that smart? I can be really dumb. I mean,
Page 18. Panel 1. Marilyn Monroe bends over, exposing her cleavage.
love it.
No, you're not that smart yet. You're not that brilliant. You're just a kid.
I can't tell.
That's Marilyn.
That's
Yeah.
Marilyn. I
Is it
can't.
like a thought bubble when you say caption? Is that what that
Yeah,
means?
yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay. I
What it
can't
is.
tell Marlon that he's very smart, but we choose him for what we saw in his unconscious mind.
Panel 2. Marilyn turns towards Urban.
Such
an
odd.
Such an odd line.
All right.
Panel 2. Marilyn turns towards Urban, who is staring at her cleavage.
And you're going to grow up to be a ladies' man. I can tell.
Yes.
And Marlon's dreams, we saw a glimpse of the fifth dimension. So she premonition?
I mean, well, I
Is she
think
an alien?
I think she's like one of the undersea aliens that can kind of read minds.
Okay.
I think, right, Erwin? I think.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
is one of the aliens, yes.
Yes.
Okay. She
Pan-
said
pan-
fifth dimension, so there's like something telepathic.
Yeah. Yes.
Panel 3. Marlon pulls on Marilyn's sleeve.
Who's Marlon?
Ms. Miller,
Christian.
why are you looking for gifted children? You are famous for lacking depth.
Panel 4. Marilyn poses in multiple poses, makes multiple faces. We see multiple images of her.
I'm famous for acting and performing Marlon Santos. And that's the greatest genius to possess in this world. For all the world's a stage. You step on your mark, recite your lines. Sometimes the script makes no sense. Sometimes you never see the script and you just act naturally, not knowing that you're being directed, produced, and marketed.
Oh yeah.
Page 19. 80-foot tall bonfire burning at night. Panel 1. The 80-foot bonfire with younger 1950s JFK and younger 1950s LBJ speaking to each other at some distance from the bonfire. LBJ is leaning over JFK as he often did to people in real life. Speaker of the House, Lyndon B. Johnson.
Welcome to Texas A&M College, Senator Kennedy.
Panel 2, LBJ directing JFK's eyes to the Corps of Cadets launching torches at the bonfire. LBJ is impassioned.
Witness America's best and brightest, making a great phallic sacrifice to a god known only in the darkest corners of their minds.
Panel 3, LBJ pointing at Sputnik 2, a shining spot in the sky, flying towards them in outer space.
Observe Soviet scientific superiority. Slavic slaves and one dog circumscribing our atmosphere, tracing spirographic circles around a neurotic redneck circle jerk.
Panel 5, a 30-year-old beatnik reading from a flimsy book of poetry entitled Howl. This is a famous poem, and these are the
Allen Ginsberg. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Plus one raving intellectual.
I saw the best minds of my generation destroyed by madness, starving, hysterical, naked, dragging themselves through the Negro streets at dawn, looking for an angry fix.
Panel 6, Marlin grabs the beatnik by his vest.
Why'd you have to drag us into it? We didn't ask to be part of your weird poem that you recite in your alienated libertine gatherings.
Panel 7, Urban yanks Marlin away from the beatnik.
What's wrong with you, Marley? We just got out of jail, and there's the senator.
Page 20, JFK stands on a mechanical crane.
Speaker, I disagree with you. These are so-called rednecks have built an 80-foot structure in a matter of weeks, and it's beautiful.
These so-called rednecks have built an 80-foot structure in a matter of weeks.
There you go.
And it's beautiful.
Panel 2, the cadets cheer. The beatnik is watching. Panel 3, Mrs. Santos struggles to ride her bike at the perimeter of the crowd.
You see a black boy around here?
Panel 4, JFK continues his speech pointing up at Sputnik. Instead of Sputnik, you might put a dog flying around in orbit.
Speaker, you dragged me out here to witness how we lag the Soviets in scientific progress. Instead, they put a dog in orbit.
Indeed they did. Panel 5, Marlin is cheering. Urban is watching JFK in awe.
We, as the people, must set our sights much higher than that. Much higher.
Panel 6, everyone has stopped in their tracks, in their drinking, in their talking, in their reveling. Mrs. Santos has stopped driving her bike. The beatnik drops his poetry book.
By 1970, in 13 years, we, as Americans, shall safely land a man.
Page 21, JFK. Oh. Well, wait, okay.
Yeah,
JFK.
on the moon! On the moon, bitches! There you go.
Leave out the punchline.
Panel 2 and 3, everyone is laughing really hard except for Marlin, who is staring at the moon. Urban is slapping his knees.
All right. We
Yeah, so you get the idea.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. Well, I mean, look, this stuff is very creative. There's a lot going on, and you know, your stories are talking about a lot. Clearly, the race is, you know, front and center in these discussions, as is discussions of technology and intelligence and beauty and the race for this moon, I guess, and space and dogs in outer space with an octopus and a satellite. It's always a curious stew, but you know, it's cool. I like it, and I got to do a JFK impression, so
That's pretty awesome. Actually. I apparently did very
That was
well,
good.
I guess.
Yeah. Diane, you came in like halfway through. I don't know if you.
I'm sorry I came in halfway through,
Yeah.
but I have no idea what was going on. But, so I don't know the context of anything, but that was really fun. So,
Danny.
There was a lot going on, and Preston made a really good JFK impression.
There you go. All right, Robert.
It's interesting. You're playing off a lot of judgmental positioning of all these people, and it's interesting the way you play with that. And a lot of the presupposition is most of the time articulated, and people have to respond to it. So there's interaction. That'd be it for me right now.
All right, John.
It had boobs.
Yeah, definitely a lot going on. Boobs, slapping boobs. It's great.
So slapping butts,
Slapping boobs.
slapping boobs, slapping butts. What you got? Anything else other than that, John? All right, constructive. How can we make it better, John? Go ahead.
I know I kind of said this last week, but I'm not really a fan of the dead celebrity shtick. And it kind of takes me out. I don't really know what the purpose is or what the story is supposed to be doing or what we're trying to accomplish here, except it's a little difficult to follow. And I think the dead celebrity thing is making that worse, because I don't know if this is supposed to be real life, satire of life. Like, none of it makes any sense. So I am very confused as to what is supposed to be happening or what's going on.
Okay.
Robert.
I think that its nature of its story is calling people out for their positions that they have been assigned. That the kids don't think well of themselves, don't recognize their potential. They do recognize their desires. I think that gets lost in these kind of random progressions of a very real place into outer space where it's very unreal. And then again, the mixture of all these people together sort of is, I'm not upset about the dead people coming back, dead celebrities as a thing. I just don't understand what in the world they were doing there, or what they really discussed with each other, other than kind of repeating history, which didn't seem to relate to anything except a very tenuous relationship to young boys. You need to deal with the fact that there's prejudice in the world, and think about advancing America, getting us to the moon so that we're better than the Russians, which is a story that frankly doesn't interest me. It's very random. There's nothing there, as far as I can tell, except this kind of reference to things that people would have to know very much what Marilyn Monroe stood for, and what Kennedy wanted, and what an asshole LBJ was. None of that I can relate to why that's in the story. So you kind of pick one story somewhere. It's either a history lesson on prejudice, or an encouragement story for young children to go to school, overcome the issues with school and the playground politics, and become successful in life with some sort of scientific technology bend. I'm going to say it, and you might be uncomfortable with it, but it's the American perception of a very Asian tiger mom kind of point of view that these kids are suffering under. So there you go.
Wait, I just want to understand that better. What did you just?
Well, there's an American perception of what they call the tiger mom, which is an
Right.
Asian mother, putting pressure, and you've written about it before in other things, putting pressure on the children to be successful, and the high standards they hold them to the point of where it may be an uncomfortable position. So you've got that story, and it's kind of in there, but I don't understand why you use the characters you did and the interaction that they have, particularly with Marina calling them morons, to try to make that point. So it was kind of weird to me.
Yeah. Marina definitely has a low view of humans, which it's hard for her to hide. Yep.
I feel like Marina is like a self-insert a little bit. I feel like Marina is like I feel like you, Erwin, have a low view of humans, and Marina kind of wandering around as like an outsider just kind of passing judgment somehow reflects, or in some way reflects, like how you feel. Kind of wandering around as an outsider, just like passing down some judgment and moving on. You know, that's a fun endeavor. I've certainly engaged. I know Diane's engaged. She loves that shit.
Mhm.
You know, wandering around, judging people is just being completely stupid.
I don't try to judge people.
Oh, okay. You
Well,
totally judge people.
I don't.
All right.
I really don't.
Danny
You-
judges people.
You do.
All right.
You do. I don't.
All right, Danny. How could we make this story better?
That's the reason.
It would be
why-
nice if the characters actually talk to each other on the same wavelength about anything.
Yes, that would be good. Is that it?
It would also be nice if we did have an extended scene in which the Ku Klux Klan is viewed as a sympathetic person,
Yee.
because that was quite insulting. But yeah, that's about it.
Mhm. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely not saying the Ku Klux Klan is a good organization.
I didn't get that, everyone. So I wouldn't.
Yeah. I've certainly hung around my share of racists
Sure.
over the years growing up in Bryan College Station, and you know, they're most of them are very normal people until they're triggered, or not triggered, but until the certain subjects come up.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of them are really stupid, just like everyone else.
There you go.
And
There
some
you go.
of them are
There
really
it is. Yeah, there you go, Preston.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, it's they're not really all that exceptional.
Mm.
Right. They really are. And we had active Ku Klux Klan people
Sure.
in our county, around
Sure.
our city. Yeah. And I had the displeasure of having to deal with them.
All right. And how did it go?
Generally, they're very stupid people.
Okay.
Where are you from, Diane?
Huh?
Dallas. She's from Dallas.
I'm-
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I'm sure there are plenty of them up there.
There it is, unfortunately.
Where were we? Okay, we were on Rutger's script. This is
Oh,
Rutger Osterhoff
oh,
and Philip C. Sedgwick.
who's that?
I don't know, some dude. And they wrote On the Verge, which has a fade in and an exterior Butterfly Meadows mental facility day. Oh, love it. Here we go. A sign by a sidewalk leading to a dilapidated building reads Butterfly Meadows Mental Healing Facility for Hollywood and Bollywood Washouts. There we go. On a busy, noisy street, the facility seeks cheer from nearby palm trees and tropical flowers. See, love that. There's no passives in there. It's the built like on a busy note. The facility seeks cheer. That's good job, Bruker. I love it. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Interior Butterfly Meadows Mental Facility Corridor Day. Kalika Kapadai, wide-eyed and evocative, tentatively shuffles down a long corridor. She's dressed in a combination of night clothes and street clothes. Behind her, a female orderly, 28, petite, but extremely fit, carries a small suitcase with clothes sticking out. They pass a male orderly, 25, who could be a security guard. He works a leg on a storage unit, a video camera tucked between his legs. As Kalika and the female orderly near, he becomes secretive in opening the storage unit. Kalika slows, taking time to notice the camera and the stealth with which the orderly opens the unit. She slows, stealing a glance as the male orderly carefully puts the camera in the locker among recording equipment and other technical supplies. He shields the contents of the storage unit with his body. The female orderly shoves Kalika forward, pointing to a door at the end of the corridor. Kalika stumbles forward, keeping her gaze on the male orderly as he sticks a key on a lanyard in his pocket. The very end of the lanyard sticks out. Her attention shifts as she passes an open door. She stops, looks into interior group therapy room day Dr. Lagahari, 40, precise, time-consuming, impeccable. She sits in a chair facing the doorway. Back to Kalika. Sit 5 patients, 3 female, 2 male. We need a doctor.
Tell us again, Dev, why you are wrongly placed in this facility.
Dev, back to our view, stands. His hands out at his side in appeal.
I do not belong here. None of us do.
Nods from all the patients. Interior corridor. Kalika nods agreement, tears welling up. The female orderly shoves Kalika onward, steers her into interior. Dr. Pendit's office day. Dr. Pendit's, a kind face, no doubt a big heart, sits behind a desk, focused on a decade-old computer, a white doctor's coat over a Dobby shirt, cheap pins in the breast pocket. Despite his disheveled appearance, compassion emanates from him. The office feels tired. Everything is used, well-worn. In a bookcase, a few statues of Indian deity. The orderly pushes Kalika to a chair, sets down the suitcase, and pulls a file folder from virtually nowhere. She tosses the file to the doctor, who opens and reads. The orderly forces Kalika into the chair, glares of contempt back and forth. Dr. Pandit has a series of animated reactions to what he reads, eyebrows raised. He looks at Kalika.
That's not what happened.
Dr. Pandit pulls the pen, scribbles on a cluttered notepad, shrugs, sighs, and looks to Kalika with apology in his sad gaze. Dr. Pandit.
I am sorry. We must follow protocols. Your mother reported that you might be a danger to yourself or others. We must observe you, determine you are
safe to return to the wild. Come on, doctor.
If all goes well, you will not be here long.
Dr. Pandit motions to the orderly. She grabs the suitcase and departs. Dr. Pandit presses a button on an ancient intercom. A tired buzz.
If all goes well.
Clacking of high heels on linoleum tiles. Kalika turns to face Dr. Kapoor. 40s, stern and sadistic. She wears a short skirt, spike heels, and a silk blouse under her doctor's coat.
That's a John Lamont character right there.
There you go. You know, this last night we started watching GoldenEye. Is that crazy sadist on top of that was Dr.
We finally finished the Timothy Dalton.
Although, you know what? Now that I'm thinking of it, she's a woman.
Yeah.
Therefore, it should be Antipova.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. See, I'm the only one who knows this rule. In the Slavic tradition, if it's a woman, it's a name. It's a name. But all right, fine. Antipova. Anyway.
Well, they
then you missed the on top of the. Kalika appeals to Dr. Pandit. He diverts his gaze to his scribbles on a notepad. Interior women's ward day. A line of military-style twin beds, flimsy mattresses, yellow sheets. With each bed, a small bedside table. Minimal personal objects on the tables. The ward is empty, except for one woman curled fetal atop her sheets. She is as still as death. Dr. Kapoor leads Kalika into the ward. She stops at a bed, signaling this is home by tapping the footboard. The bed is more or less made up, a tattered blanket folded at the foot of the bed, her suitcase next to the bed. Kalika looks at Dr. Kapoor, then a glance at the fetal woman. We need a Kapoor.
You can talk to her if you want. She won't answer. She doesn't speak.
Kalika's lips move, no words.
Group therapy at 14:30. Be on time.
Kalika shakes her head, mouthing, group therapy. Interior women's ward day. Kalika, now in patient garb, smooths out her bed. She sits on the edge, much like one would sit on a toilet, her feet raised up on her toes. Let me turn this on. She glances at her suitcases, clothes hanging out. She lowers her head onto clenched fists, a slight stirring. OS. Kalika looks up. The fetal woman's eyes open, wild-eyed. She stares at Kalika. Fear or uncertainty, crazy, hard to know. Their eyes meet. A psychic plea from the fetal woman. Kalika spots a Tiberian bowl under a bed. She grabs it, sits on the edge of the fetal woman's bed. As she hums, she gently works the fetal woman on her back. She places the bowl on the woman's belly, strokes the rim with the mallet. Was there a mallet?
Yeah.
I don't see if there was a mallet. All right, whatever.
Mallet.
Yeah, the orderlies enter. Watch from the BG. The bowl is fabulously resonant. The fetal woman's eyes flutter. Slowly, her body relaxes. She breathes out a breath, a hint of a smile.
Namaste.
There you go. The orderlies share an amazed look. Enter group therapy room day. The group therapy room is barren. A series of folding chairs in a circle focused on one chair that is the only chair that can look out a window.
I think you can look out any window on a chair if it's pointed in the right direction.
In the world of this movie, only one chair can look out of a window
Yeah.
with its eyes.
Sometimes I would like some of these sentences to have verbs, but oh well. In that chair sits Dr. Ligari, precise, time conscious.
Focused.
A series of folding
Conscious.
chairs in a circle, focused on one chair.
Focused is not a verb there.
Nope.
Yeah,
Oh, there
yeah,
is-
it's not a.
It is being an adjective. That's the gerund.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. In the chair sits Dr. Ligari, precise, time conscious, impeccable, despite broken down facility surroundings. She looks around the circle at each of the patients, then checks her watch as Kalika enters, sits in the only open chair directly opposite Dr. Ligari. Nervous eye contact. Dr. Ligari nods, a tight smile. She glances at the clipboard in her lap, flips pages.
Welcome, Kalika. Everyone, this is Kalika Kapadia.
Welcome,
Oh,
Kalika.
Kalika.
Kalika shakes her head, forces a contorted smile, scans the participants.
As is our custom, I will introduce each group member. When I am done, each person will tell you more about their life.
That's got to be boring.
On my left is Ben White.
Ben White, 50, is an Englishman and a gentleman. Polite milk toast as Kalika checks him out. He gives an index finger salute. Cheerio.
Does he say that?
I don't know.
No, it's not dialogue.
What is an index finger salute?
I'm not sure what an index finger salute is.
I know what it means when I'm driving by someone and they give me a finger
That's not
salute.
the index finger usually.
That's middle finger.
I've been assuming that would mean you put your index finger to your eyebrow,
Yes.
the right one,
Okay.
and kind of
Mhm.
like, you know, salute,
Uh,
in a little
Maybe-
nonchalant way, you know.
Yeah. Maybe
Next
he's
to
adjusting his
him.
monocle.
Susie Wong.
You're going to be Susie Wong. Oh, wait, she has no lines. Never mind.
Yep, that sounds about
That
right.
sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Susie Wong, 20, Chinese aspiring songwriter. She offers a stoical. Wouldn't it just be stoic? I think that would be
It
stoic.
would.
Yeah.
Yep.
A stoic glance at Kalika, then counts out tempo on her fingers, taps her foot as she silently mouths words to a song. All right, babe, silently mouth some words.
On
That's
the
not
right,
All right.
Dev Doobie.
Deb Doobie, Indian actor wannabe, handsome but insecure, not the brightest person, slightly hard of hearing, makes him appear slower than he is, devout Hindu. He cocks his head side to side, struggling to hear.
Finally, Asha Bling.
Asha Bling, 30s Middle Eastern Afghani Muslim dancer, choreographer, exotic, scary, mysterious. Asha does a hand swirl in front of her face, then works her head side to side.
Kalika, would you tell us about yourself?
Dr. Ligari hands Kalika an ornate ceremonial talking stick.
In our group, we speak only when in possession of this stick.
Oh, yeah. Interior black screen Kalika backstory. Kalika sits at a small table, typewriter or laptop, front and center. She has her hands on the keyboard, eyes riveted on a blank page.
There's really nothing to it. I wrote my scripts, pitched and pitched to no avail. Changed my tact, bringing out a novel. about a depressed young woman in a dark, dark place who would not be me. My heart is weak. I have a mitral glitch, valve fault. My heart stutters and glitches. Chemicals surge through all of me. I stress, I fret, I worry and pace. One day my mother appears with no invite from me, and when I'm not home, she reads 2 pages, nothing more. Decides the novel is my lament, that I am about to leap from the highest ledge. She turns me in like I were a criminal, as I were a criminal. Now, here I am fine. I really am. I only want to go home. I only want to write.
To write.
Right.
Right. You can tell a screenwriter wrote this. Intercut to the group. Dr. Kalika's reaction, exhausted relief. Dr. Ligari nods, motions to the stick, prompts with a nod. Kalika passes a stick to Ben. Interior black screen, Ben white backstory. Ben stands on a chair, a hangman's noose around his neck.
I wanted to direct, make amazing films. I shot in Europe. No one would come to see my films. I decided Bollywood would be about right. To India I fly. No one would help. Give me the time of day. Offer a cup of decent tea. I never knew an Englishman to be such
a dark cloud.
An ominous dark cloud. Look at this face. Do I build empires? Is this the face of an imperialist? Must I be punished for the sins of ancestors?
A hand grabs his leg, tugging him to stay put.
My landlord saved me, of course. Now I am here for my own good.
For my own good.
For my own good.
Intercut to the group. On Kalika's reaction, she emphasizes, nods her head. Dr. Ligari intently observes Kalika. She gives no reaction. The talking stick is passed to Susie. Interior black screen. Susie Wong. Susie Wong. Backstory. Susie stands against solid black, a stand with music on it before her. She extends her hands.
I came to sing, audition for the huge Hindi hit, and I nailed it. And it was so good. The producers was wowed. I could tell he slunk into a corner with the casting woman, her hands all over him. He came back to say they picked up another girl, and one who could pronounce the words. So they said, I raged at the woman. I grabbed her neck. Producer threw me down. I kicked his groin. He fell on his knees. I grabbed his neck. I grabbed his neck.
Grabbed his neck. Grabbed his neck.
Wait, I now that I'm really getting a sense of the character, I think you should do it like your mother.
Oh. Okay.
Go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. They brought me in and they gave me drugs. so drugs were not good. Matter I became. That doesn't sound right.
You can't do your mom.
Not with these lines. Not with my mom. My mom says something different. It's like you're trying to do Hindi, or it's like you're trying to do Vietnamese. It don't work.
All right.
Okay. Matter I became. So before I would never have hurt a fly. Now I am here.
Now I am here. Now I am here.
Yeah, where do I not belong?
Do not belong. Belong not to. Belong not to.
No, it doesn't work for my mom. It doesn't work for my mom's accent. No.
On Kalika's reaction, she covers her mouth with her hand, hiding concern. Dr. Ligari takes it in. She raises a pen to make a note. Instead, she puts the pen away. Susie passes the talking stick to Dev. Interior black screen. Backstory. Dev sits in a chair, arms dangling, stoned to the point of OD. He comes alert, points directly in the camera, stares in the camera wild-eyed. He mellows, turns on charm. Sexy shit.
Let's hear John.
Go, John.
All I wanted was to woo leading ladies, to melt them like ice under my tropical vibe. I wanted only for love from women from men. Okay.
Don't stop there.
From
Jim.
holy cows too. I wanted to be loved by all. They said it wasn't my appeal. Only I cannot hear. I said, what? They failed to see the humor in that. They sent me home where my medicine cabinet called. It said, clean me out. Your belly is empty. Take all my drugs. I work in a hospital. All because of love.
All
because
because
of
of
love. Because of love.
And I cut to the group. On Dr. Kalika's reaction, she leans forward, locked eyes with Dr. Ligari, leans forward, seeking out Kalika's eyes. Kalika notices, does not give a look, as Dev, very respectfully and delicately, passes the talking stick to Asha. You want to be Asha Bling? Interior black story, Asha Bling. Asha slithers back and forth, arms in exotic gestures. She freezes in a posture on her toes. She blinks as if incredulous.
I trained their dancers. I danced the dances. I wove my spell. Exceeded my need.
Exceeded my need.
Exceeded my need.
Yes, I no longer need it. I overheard the truth. She is Muslim. Not one of us. Any color is fine to me, no matter who I love. Any creed is fine by me, no matter whom I pray. To make my point, I took the Quran, nailed it to the director's door. Why? You would think I insulted God herself?
Music. God herself.
God
God
herself.
Interior group therapy room day. On the group, Asha leaps to her feet, fervently dancing. Asha slithers to Dr. Ligari's body, pulsating. She extends a hand. Dr. Ligari rises, imitating Asha's undulations, motions for Dev to join in. Dev compiles, engaging Dr. Ligari face to face. Writhing the music, Asha waves at Ben eagerly. He enters the fray, encouraging Susie to be his partner. She declines. He cuts in on Dev. Asha dances to Kalika, who sits arms folded, jostling her legs on her toes. That toilet seat posture again. Asha bumps Kalika's chair again and again. Finally, Kalika glares at Asha, who mesmerizes with her hands and eyes. Kalika rises cobra-like trance. Asha and Kalika dance in perfect tandem. Asha turns to Susie, who swirls out exotic gestures with her hands as if casting a spell. Susie shakes her head, mutters, moves between Dev and Ben. Dr. Ligari puts his hands on Susie's hips, transferring the rhythm to her. The doctor and patients dance spectacularly. The orderlies appear in the doorway. A check-in look with each other. The female orderly steps in the room, holds out her hand for the male orderly. They join the dance. This feels like a turn down for what music video? Anyway, Dr. Kapoor appears in the door. She calls out. No one can hear her. She whistles. It's lost in the music.
Ow, ow, ow.
Ow, ow, ow. She folds her arms, frowns, leans against the door jamb. She taps her foot, scolding. Quickly, that foot picks up the tempo of the music. Her sway. Realizing her vulnerability, Dr. Kapoor shakes it off, resumes the turn posture, and stomps off. Her heels clack, blending in with the music. Exterior women's ward night. Kalika lies awake, hands over her heart, staring at the ceiling, repeatedly blinking at the far end of the room. The female orderly nods off in a chair. Gentle sleep sounds. Kalika's blinking slows, becomes more deliberate. She abruptly sits up. In the bed next to her, Asha bolts upright. They have a look. The next dialogue in loud whispers.
I have an idea.
So do I.
You
You first.
We all want to make it in Bollywood. We all deserve a break, but no one is going to head one out.
Okay. Well, we were introduced to 10 people on the verge, and it was pretty entertaining. I got some cool vibes. It felt a little like
A little culty. I like it.
yeah. I was reminded of Chicago, the musical, when they're going around like the cell block, and each one is telling their little stories.
Yeah.
You had it come, and like this certainly would. You've got some music. Like, I don't know if you know anybody in music, but this would do like a song and dance routine or two here. But we met some interesting characters in an interesting setting. They are all obsessed with fame, We have like some writers, some directors, some dancers, I think some actors, and they're all on the verge. What do you think, Danny? Diane, go. What do you think?
The characters are certainly individualistic. I will give them. They seem to have their own voice.
Do you think you watch Bollywood stuff? Do these seem representative of like stereotypes or archetypes of Bollywood entertainment personalities?
I mean, the thing with Bollywood is that they do really great with archetypes.
Okay.
And then they'll put the details in later, assuming they do that anyway.
Yeah.
So, but they kind of have to work with, because essentially what it is opera. It's a very high, big emotions, and depending on how complicated the plot is, all the rest. I would love to see this danced out, because it looks like this would be really cool if this becomes like a full scale musical, because that would be really nice and pretty.
There you go. All right, Danny.
I feel like we just joined a cult.
Yeah, that's how I felt too.
And I don't know if that's good or bad by putting it in the positive, because if you were going for something from your reader, you got something.
Yeah, there's definitely something.
Also, it was interesting to see that everyone absolutely belonged in a mental health facility.
Yeah.
Robert.
Okay. Well, I got chorus line vibes, so everybody's on the same page. Everybody's going to tell their story about how they want to make it, and and it's setting in a mental institution. They did give a little bit of a setup on the scripts only page, there's a twist in here somewhere. It's supposed to be like a Nellie Bly character, the journalist who put themselves in a mental institution to see how bad it was. And I think there is a vibe that's captured here. The characters are very distinct, representative. That's all good. There's frankly, not a lot of dialogue. It's more of a self-explanatory kind of thing going on. So I think that's okay if it's the first 10 pages, because you're probably going to relate to at least one or two of the characters. So I think that becomes kind of powerful. I would certainly recommend that they look at either One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest or Titicut Follies, which is a Frederick Weitzman documentary on mental institution, based on what he wrote about the Nellie Bly thing. I'm assuming one of the characters is going to be a reporter reporting how bad everything is. I'm guessing Kalika. I don't know, but I kind of liked it. I heard the whole group here kind of get in where everybody was doing that cultish thing that Danny referred to of, all speaking out. And so I think that part, it was at that level, it was successful.
All right. John Lamont.
I thought the characters were kind of interesting. And their little monologues were interesting.
Yes. Is that all you got, John?
Yeah, it was interesting.
Okay. Erwin.
Yeah, I think it's a good structure for this beginning. My favorite, part of the issue here for me is that simply I'm distracted here, and as a result of that, it's the monologues that stick out for me, because that's where one person speaks for a long time, and I can get into it, while I'm being slightly distracted or whatnot. But it's an interesting setup. It's not, I don't see this very often. I don't watch that many movies as much as I used to, because movies do tend to seem very familiar. Like every movie is like, oh yeah, I've watched this one before. But so I like the setup. The characters are unique, are very different demographically, but they do seem a lot of them do have a story, a similar story of essentially being unfairly treated by Bollywood. Now, if you're in a mental institution, um, you're going to get all types of mental bents, and yeah, you're going to get like the delusions of grandeur. You're going to get the persecutorial story. Um, yeah, you're going to get all sorts of stories. So I wouldn't want every story to be persecutorial or like I've been treated unfairly. I'd like to see at least one big ego and maybe one person who is just acting, doing their own play on a different planet or something like that. So yeah.
How could it be made better?
I think that's about it. Yeah, I think I've already said everything I need to say.
Okay. How could it be made better, John?
Oh, that's me.
Yes, you
I was kind of confused in places. So I just found the story a little hard to follow, and I didn't really understand what was going on.
Okay.
But maybe that's just me.
How could it be made better, Robert?
I'm going to recommend another film that he should look at to get an idea. Two more films. One's called God's Crooked Lines. It's a Spanish film. It's about a person who's delusional about why they're in an institute. So it's kind of the opposite of where I think he's going. Mm-hmm. And then another one in that same vein called, from a long time ago, with Stacy Keach, called Twinkle Twinkle Killer Kane. It also was released under the Ninth Configuration.
And yeah, I saw that one. Yeah,
it's good. It's quite good.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so those are ways to present these kinds of things. I think the introduction of the doctors and the institute itself are just very bland and not engaging. It didn't get engaging until we heard the people talking about themselves. So if you want an intro where people are not going to switch away, like after 2 minutes or 3 minutes, you've got to fix that front part where the doctors are like, engaged with the person. Like, you're going to be okay here. We're going to try to help you. Even the orderlies, everybody, rather than have them be bad at first, make it a welcoming thing, trying to keep the people in and do it, not hostile from the beginning. It just doesn't, because then it just sits there. And then we go into this other thing and it just kind of, sets the bad vibe. I think the environment of the hospital as described as being run down, dirty sheets, offices, from a different era, decades old, dust everywhere, is enough to set that situation. It's a good, I think, an interesting contrast to then have the people be, perfectly happy and welcoming in this horrible, horrible place. You can do that with the lighting or whatever, but we can't escape. Everybody's mentioned it. The feeling that it should be more like a musical. And I'm going to go with the chorus line vibes. Everybody's upset and nervous. They're not going to get, the job that they need to have, and it's very unfair how people are chosen, and that's what they're complaining about and what they could talk about. But I don't think it's where Rucker and his co-writer want to go based on the way they set up. So I'm going to say at this stage, I find it confusing, and you need to straighten that up. And I suggested a couple of reasons why and some samples to look at.
So you introduce a giant cast of characters all at once, which is definitely telling before a showing. And I feel like we've done this before. We've introduced the protagonist and the main plot line to any significant degree. I have no idea who Kalika is or why we should care about her in specific as compared to anybody else. unless I'm another screenwriter who only gravitates towards characters who are writers, which in my case is not true. So, unless this is an ensemble cast from the very beginning, we've not really been introduced to much more than the overall situation. So I have no idea where this is going. I have no idea who to care about or whose story we're going to follow. And so I'm a bit lost here. I think focusing on one specific character's point of view much more in the dialogue might be a way to get out of that difficulty.
You would hope to have some dialogue in the beginning. It's not. It's descriptive.
There's like no dialogue anywhere. It's just people talking about themselves. I know.
Yeah. I think like being
and then join a cult.
Yeah.
I give this note a lot on this stream, but I think main characters are cool, and you should have one. Add one to your story.
Who do you follow? Who does the story follow?
Yeah. Who is the story about? What's their struggle? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, I would agree to that. I am. It is the first 10 pages. It may emerge more so.
Oh, absolutely, yes, yeah.
Than the next 10 or 20 pages or whatever. Hopefully, the next 10 pages. But yeah, I like the idea that this screenplay might show a little bit more of a realistic view of mental hospitals, because they're pretty bad. So, and in fact, they're probably worse than what's been shown here. So I think it sets up a naturally conflictual situation for the patients to be sort of in their sort of choral grouping, sort of rebelling against this system. So I think it's set up for a pretty a natural conflict there if it's needed.
All right, Erwin, I think we got some time. You want us to read Entangled?
What time is it? Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Entangled. Let's see. Let me download that bad boy. All right. So Entangled is about like particles that go through a double slit experiment. And then what happens after I guess they go their own separate ways, but they never really discuss their momentum or their position with any great level of accuracy. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go.
And then one is observed, and then the other one is automatically, it converts to whatever position or spin that is supposed to be, according to the entanglement. Yes.
All right. Who wants to narrate for us? Robert, have you narrated tonight?
No, I have not.
Well, here you go.
Exterior Russian Orthodox Church, Chicago, night 2006. Super 2006. Anna at 6, thoughtful and blonde, shuffles her way around homeless persons, drug dealers, and sex workers. She hands candy to each of them from her Halloween bag. She opens the church's heavy door all by herself. Interior Russian Orthodox Church, night 2006. Anna at 6 walks up to the altar and kneels before the figure of Jesus on the cross. Anna at 6's face. As she stares at Jesus, her eyes dart around to see if we were watching, as if she were watching spirits flitting about. Scroll, please.
Mm-hmm.
Father Anders, 36, in ornate priestly robes, kneels before the cross, whispering a prayer. He turns to Anna at 6. She looks at him innocently.
Welcome to Chicago, my dears. We need an Anna at 6. The Anna at 6. Slavic. Spazibul.
Spazibul. My name is Anna.
Andres starts closing shop.
Yeah. I am Father Andres. Maybe we will even see you on Sunday.
Anna at 6 nods at him and exits. Andres locks the doors behind her. He turns around and is surprised to see the senior priest before him.
You are the steward of this church now, Andres. I will pray for you.
In these times, pray for humanity.
The senior priest leaves. Gunshots echo, shouting, screaming. Interior church hallway, night 2006. Andres walks through the church hallway, grumbling.
Grumble. Pray for the Savior to come, for the scientist Savior to unravel this tangle of sin.
Interior priest chambers, night 2006. The room is lined with images of Curie, Bohr, Einstein, mushroom clouds, a diagram of the double-slit experiment, a large print of the Garden of Earthly Delights. Hieronymus. Andres removes his priestly robe and sits at a desk. He opens the latest astrophysical journal. Tick, tick, tick.
The spiritual apocalypse roars.
Andres notices the ticking. He looks around, stands up. Interior church stairway, night 2006. Andres carefully treads down the dusty old stairway, using his phone to light the way. Interior labyrinth beneath the church, night 2006. Andres walks through a maze of stone-walled hallways until he locates a door. The ticking intensifies. Interior room beyond time, night 2006. He enters, stares at an old wooden clock on the wall. The hands say 8 o'clock. He looks at his watch. It says 7:59. Andres tries to take the clock off the wall. He can't. He tries to remove the hands of the clock. He can't. He yanks one of the arms, cutting his hand. Blood drips.
Oh, yeah.
He looks down at his watch. It says 7:58. He looks up at the clock, then back at his watch. Now 8:01. He looks down at a Russian nesting doll on a trunk under the clock. He jerks his head around. Opposite the clock is a girl's twin bed and nightstand, the top of which is a framed painting of Anna at 16, blonde and beautiful, but with a look of terrible fear and awestruck wonder. Andres picks up the painting. He hears a loud tick. He looks at the clock. He sees the long hand tick to 12, making it exactly 8 o'clock again. The bells of the church rings 8 times, faintly from above. Andres looks up. He looks at his own watch again. 8 o'clock.
Dear Lord, what is this? Is he near? Shall he be born soon? Is this girl's room in this? Who are you?
Interior, exterior. Anna Kasparov's room, home, night, 2006. Anna at 6 shrieks and thrusts up her calculator.
Oh, my God. Tattoo.
Anna at 6 sprints to Kasparov, a robust figure with a Ukrainian accent, as he chops onions.
Yes, Anna.
I weigh 20 kilograms right now.
Nice.
Yes, dear.
I can make it to space station utilizing only 12 tons of fuel.
She flashes a figure on her calculator.
Yes, let's go to the rocket.
Immediately, I have still a chance to break the light barrier.
Cannot go faster than light.
Are you a Turek? Of course I can.
Kasparov lifts her up above his head as she flies. She cheers loudly. She flails her arms. Her calculator falls to the floor. Interior dive bar night, years later, 2023. Sound effects, clack. Superimposed 2023. A cue ball launches billiard balls in all directions on a pool table. J, 23, tall and solidly built, a sadness sometimes haunting his eyes, watches as the balls settle to a stop. Except the 8 ball. It drops into a pocket. As we go, split screen. Interior, dive bar, night. Interior, flashy dance club, 2023. Dive bar. Jay flicks up the 8 ball, which has some writing on it. He tosses it back on the table without a thought. Flashy dance club. Anna, 23, suicide blonde. Fierce and fashionable. Dances saucily amidst the stuttering lights. Youth on drugs crowd around her. She shoves a young man who gets too close. Dive bar. Jay knocks in the ball after ball. There's only the 8 ball left. He can see that no is written on the side of it. Dance club. Anna attracts a likable man and dances sexily in response. Dive bar. Jay examines the 8-ball. Opposite the no is written yes. And on the equator is printed the 8. Shooting the cue, Jay knocks the 8-ball towards the corner pocket. It rattles around and caroms away. The ball slows to a stop. No, it says, with the word perfectly facing upward. Dance club. Anna leads the likable man into a bathroom stall. Dive bar. Jay banks the 8-ball into a far pocket. He looks down into the pocket. The ball reads yes, the word face up. Dance club bathroom stall. Anna makes out with the likable man in the club bathroom. She forces his head down between her legs. Dive bar. Fast motion. Jay plays the 8-ball off banks into holes, purposefully missing, and so forth. Interior dive bar. Exterior 6th Street night. Continues split screen. Anna walks down 6th Street, preening herself. Interior dive bar night. Continues split screen. Anna enters the dive bar as Jay stares into the pool table. End split screen. As Anna walks up to Jay at the pool table and speaks with a Ukrainian accent.
You are at my table.
This is yours?
It's got my name written all over it.
She takes the pool stick from Jay, bends over, and shoots the 8-ball. Shoots at the 8-ball. The ball misses the pocket. The ball says no.
What's your name?
Does it matter? What are you high on? Can I get some?
I don't do highs, only lows and mediums. You still want some?
Anna looks him up and down.
You do.
Do what?
Anna is distracted by the 8-ball.
Did you write on the 8-ball?
Anna shoots the 8-ball into the side pocket, looks inside.
Says yes when you make a shot and no when you miss.
Anna laughs.
Fools read into coincidence.
Fast motion, she shoots the ball, missing mostly and making a few. The ball works as stated. The ball sinks in a corner pocket. POV of the ball. Anna and Jay look at it.
Yes.
Yes. It predicts the past.
Jay grabs the 8-ball.
It is a spear of redundancy, a toy.
Anna grabs Jay's arm seductively and forcefully, too.
Give it to me.
She's too close. Jay looks away.
Pussy.
With sleight of hand, Jay makes the ball disappear.
That was Scottish. You're doing Sean Connery.
I was doing Pussy. Yeah, that was a treat, Sean Connery, actually. Let's go.
Where?
Your car. I'm driving.
Interior, old car, night, 2023. Anna drives as Jay is reclining in his seat, arrogantly tossing the ball up in the air.
I'm from Chicago. It doesn't sound like she is.
Yeah.
Same as me.
Anna examines Jay's face. Really?
I'm a doctoral student in physics here at UT.
Me too.
Anna rolls her eyes and sighs. Interior, living room, night. Jay and Anna roll the 8-ball into various receptacles.
Are you Eastern European?
Ukrainian. How could I not be?
You don't have to be.
I'm writing a dissertation on determinism. Therefore, I was born in Ukraine, where girls do maths and play chess and are brilliant. That I am a physicist dictates my origins.
I lied. I applied to your PhD program but got rejected. So I guess I was born a loser.
Yes.
Clearly.
Jay rolls the ball, but Anna misses it. It rolls past her. It comes to a stop and says, no, facing squarely up.
My parents don't know I was rejected.
She examines his eyes. Contact made. He hangs his head.
And now I'm in the police academy. Don't ask me why.
Anna crawls to Jay, turns his face towards her.
Why? Are you ashamed? That is your destiny.
They cannot hold their serious faces and laugh. Jay picks up the 8-ball and Anna takes Jay's hand. She leads him to interior Jay's bedroom night. Anna sits down on Jay's bed as Jay stands. Anna notices the gun sitting on Jay's nightstand. She motions him closer.
I mean, Police Academy very along with that sort of gun discipline.
Tell me, mister, why do you give up on physics in favor of fascism?
My other half is here. I believe we were one in the womb, but she followed her dealer lover down from Chicago. And as a cop, I can.
You blame your father.
How do you know?
Junior?
Dog, Junior, yeah. Right.
If you are predestined to do so, you will find your twin sister. God rolls no dice.
No dice, huh? You do the Einstein dance. I drink the quantum Kool-Aid. I don't know what the rest of that line is because Preston just passed it.
Hey,
I'm lost. Help.
There we are. There we are.
Probabilities.
Waves of probabilities. Cat's alive and dead.
She
Who's
pivots
Cat?
her body against him.
don't you find it odd that we meet this evening?
The odds were even.
She gets closer and closer to kissing him.
The probability was 100 per.
He closes his eyes for the kiss. She pushes his face away.
You fell for my manipulative trap.
I purposefully walked into it so you'd shove me out of this.
Jay puts his hand on her cheek and smiles fiendishly.
We are destined to do something.
A love child? Question mark.
Cocaine, maybe ecstasy.
Good one.
Leading to a love child.
Jay squeezes her face playfully.
Is this another trap?
Have you ever had a girl leave you with a dirty Sanchez? What's that?
Jay
I
takes a
explained
step
that to
back.
you last time.
Yeah.
What?
It's
Just
free.
Google it.
Urban
Just Google
Dictionary.
it, Diane. You have the internet. Google it.
Urban Dictionary. Yeah.
Turn off safe search.
It's where you give them a poop mustache.
Wait, we've read this before,
Yeah,
haven't we?
yeah,
Last
yeah.
time.
This is a rewrite. It's a complete
yeah.
rewrite.
Yeah, the first 10 pages are not changed that much, but yeah, go ahead,
Okay.
please.
It's been a couple months.
Yeah.
Been a couple months. So
So Jay thinks the term is racist.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
I
I think the term is racist.
I have drawn dirty Sanchez mustaches on many men.
That's hot.
Okay.
I'm not putting this 8-ball anywhere inside either of us.
Anna takes the ball from him.
Because it's mine. I will create it and send it back in time to myself.
You will invent it and time travel, a mythical destiny of your own mind.
You quantum heads are the ones who believe your minds make things real.
You Einsteinians think it's all straightforward, so you have no way to explain existence itself.
Mistakes are made.
Jay snatches the ball back. Anna speaks slowly. And that's 10
You are
pages.
familiar with the mating rituals of the Black Widow.
A look of fear flashes across Jay's face. Interior, bedroom, night, 2023. Jay and Anna copulate. Anna is silent
There you
on her
go.
belly.
I think we already did 10 pages, right? So
Oh,
We
yeah.
did.
I
I don't want to,
Okay.
yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right.
But, we went out on a bang. So there you go.
They copulated.
They
Bang.
copulated.
We went out on a dirty Sanchez.
And yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted to see the Dirty Sanchez. I get Dirty Sanchez mini men. And hey, that's a line I've never heard before. Anna's got a lot.
Couple kinks.
Yeah, like she's a very kinky girl. She clearly is playing around in the more traditionally masculine arena. She's forcing people to go down on her. She's giving them dirty Sanchez's. She's propositioning dudes for sex. She, look, they're interesting characters. We have Anna, we have Jay. So far this is their story, and what the nature of reality is, and that's an interesting start. I look forward to seeing where it goes. What do you think, Diane?
So far, it's interesting. I vaguely remember this script.
Yeah.
Although the Dirty Sanchez that I completely forgot about that part.
Yeah, it's because you don't
Googling it until your phone like regularly pulls it up when you try and type anything else, and eventually you'll remember.
Yeah. I remember the 8-ball game though. I remember the dialogue was kind of the same. It's a meet cute. It's cute. I could save some for criticism later.
All right, Danny.
Well, a whole bunch of dialogue happens.
Yes. All right, Robert.
Yeah, nobody's talking to each other at this point. And but that's
I mean,
I know the positive.
Talking to each other.
I can follow it better. I can follow where they are in the various timelines that are necessary to be able to construct this story, as I understand it. And I've had a little bit of conversation or discussion on Discord with Erwin about this and where it can go. And it's a little clearer to me about the timelines. Not as clear as I would like, but it's an improvement over what was there. The people need to relate to each other more. They sort of relate to each other with Anna and Jay, but they're not on the same plane at all. They're not engaged. They're kind of talking at each other, and I think that it made me want more. So that's a good thing because I see a spark, and that's it. So yeah, there you go.
John.
Yeah, like Robert said, it was a lot clearer, a lot easier to follow. So definitely good improvement on that. But yeah, I mean, and this is the one with the clock room, right? I don't think we saw the clock room in this one.
In the beginning, very beginning.
We did, yeah. We did, yeah.
Oh, well, not in these pages, right?
The clock room, the room with the clock?
Yes, we read it in the beginning, the 8:01 and 7:59.
Okay. Never mind. See, you saw the clockworm, John. You weren't paying attention.
I guess not.
There you go. How could it be made better? Give more description on the clock room, John.
I don't know. I think it was okay for a rewrite. I didn't really. I mean, I know you got the mystery thing, and I know we're not. We're kind of. You took the things that I had remember commenting on to heart, and I like that. So I feel like that, kind of worked with it, and.
Okay. Robert.
Yeah. Not enough clock room. Sorry. That's still the most interesting thing that you have. The 8-ball needs to have some reason to exist. You haven't given me one yet. She tries to explain it, but it's not there. Anna tries to explain it. Anna's sort of becoming interesting as she is the beginnings of her at 6, what she becomes at 23, and in the different environments where she, kind of the protected environment of the church, and then well, it's theoretically protective environment of the church, of her home, and then the hard scrabble, a bar and bathroom stall and all that. But that's all we know. Everybody else is in a vacuum. We still don't know who these other characters need to have a reason to be there. And I don't know who the guy is that she went into the bathroom with. He's just described. I don't really know who Jay is, except that he didn't make school, and he's now in the police academy, and apparently his parents are disappointed, and I just don't see any reason for me to give a shit about him. And I use that purposely because of the Dirty Sanchez. The rest of it is they're ornaments on some sort of a story. The key thing you have that's strong, and I'm repeating myself the umpteenth time, is that time clock, because that's interesting. That should be lingering over the story the whole way. Why are the clocks moving in opposite directions at the same time? And that should pop up with everybody. Everybody should have some sort of exposure to it, something along those lines, because that's freaky. And so the electrons are not out of control, but they're making themselves, it's like, can you feel me? Well, you're going to feel me. I'm an electron. And that's how I'm exhibiting it, is in this time span. The 8-ball is kind of an accessory. So those are things I'd like to see improved and structured.
Danny.
It would be really nice if the characters were actually talking to each other about the same thing and actually playing both sides of the same conversation, instead of being completely different universes and just sort of monologuing with breaks. That would be great. And Jay remains completely passive and pointless. So I don't think that's really changed very much. The 8-ball still makes no sense. I'm now confused as to which magical superpower the other guy in the bar had, because maybe that's as interesting as the clock. But nothing is as interesting as the clocks, and the story is not really engaging with that. So it would be awesome if we had like a through line that involved like all of the things that you showed us that was actually about any of the things that you showed us.
Diane?
Okay, so the meet cute could be cuter, particularly if they actually had chemistry. So, because they're talking together, yes, they're talking physics, but the thing is that it doesn't seem like it was like a repartee that actually had anything underlying it. So it was more like she was kind of throwing herself on him rather than she was more like using him than actually like liking him. So it comes off as very forced and not even like an like intellectually hitting each other like a spark. It was just kind of like just words. Just words. And maybe if the and I had this problem like kind of last time too. It just sounded like they weren't really talking to each other. I know that you were trying to make it competitive, but it just didn't sound natural, like two physicists talking together. Even if there are opposing ones, because one is more of like Einsteinian and the other one is not. So it's like going through string theory and like some and then like other theories, but I would like to have more chemistry between the two, particularly since they're supposed to be romantic, and there doesn't seem to be a spark there. It's lacking that type of like, this is a meeting, but it's not cute. Like there's not chemistry. I I would like that. So, and yeah, she's sexy and all this stuff, but it was just comes off as very forced and kind of cringy. So I would love it for it to come more natural. So.
All right. You know, I thought it was fine. I look forward to reading the next 10 pages. Over. So.
All right. Thank y'all very much.
There you go.
Yeah.
Those are all the screenplays we had today. Hopefully next week we'll have some more.
Yay.
I'll certainly write some more. I got more stuff in me. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, everybody. Good night.
All right.
See you next week.
Good night.
Okay. I'll try
Night,
to comment
everybody.
on stuff I haven't
everybody.
see. All right. Okay. Bye-bye.